The Young and the Restless spoilers for Tuesday, February 4, reveal that Sally Spectra will manage to provoke Phyllis Summers, so that'll bring some clashing. Phyllis will end up facing off with Sally, but Billy Abbott might pop up and send them to their corners. Of course, Phyllis will continue to think Billy's wasting his time on this Sally romance. If Billy tries to credit Sally with helping him seek a fresh start, Phyllis may scoff at that as well. Phyllis won't think Sally understands the real Billy and may make a prediction about their relationship being short-lived. Nevertheless, Sally will stand strong against Phyllis and will remain secure in what she's building with Billy now. Billy and Sally's romance is still new, but they'll be on the same page about liking where it's headed. It won't be long until Sally and Billy take their trip to Paris, where they're sure to grow even closer. In the meantime, Nick Newman will check on Sharon Newman and see how she's holding up after the Jordan and Ian Ward chaos. It turns out Nick will help Sharon kick off a new chapter on Tuesday's episode, so it'll be interesting to see what that entails. Regardless, Sharon will appreciate all the love and support Nick continues to show her, so these exes will share some sweet moments. Is there a chance Sharon and Nick might step back out of the friend zone in the not-too-distant future? Next on Tuesday's I and R episode, Nate Hastings may have some hope when Damien Aka Holden decides he's willing to talk again. Damien may apologize for storming out on their first meeting and then pump Nate for more info. Perhaps Damien will contend that he'll consider seeing Amy Lewis, Valerie Pettiford, if he hears the whole story. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Will Nate finally spill the news that he's Damien's half-brother and that Amy is dying of leukemia? Will Holden give the real Damien some shocking updates in the aftermath? The Young and the Restless spoilers say Nate may grow increasingly suspicious of Damien as he spends more time around him, so stay tuned. Be sure to make your favorite Y and R hotspot for all the scorching Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, updates, and news you need. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Jolie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Lynden Ashby, known for his chilling portrayal of Cameron Kristen on The Young and the Restless, just dropped a bombshell about his potential return. Just when we thought Cameron's reign of terror was over, the iconic actor has hinted at a jaw-dropping twist. Could Lynden return to Genoa City as Cameron's brother? We sure would love to see something like this. Let's break down what Ashby had to say. Keep scrolling. The Young and the Restless. Will Cameron return to GC? The Young and the Restless viewers know that Lynden Ashby recently wrapped up his gig as Cameron Kirsten. The evil character appeared to Sharon while she was on PCP and brought some shocking interactions on the way. Now that Sharon is off the drugs, Cameron will become a part of her disturbing past. But that doesn't mean that this would be the last we see Lynden in action. The popular soap star appeared in an interview with Soap Opera Digest and talked about the possibility of returning as Cameron in some form. Ashby also dropped hints about playing a new character altogether if the right opportunity presents itself. While shedding light on the same, he said, "Oh, you never say never, do you? If it was the right part, and it made sense, and it was going to be fun." During the interview, the beloved actor expressed his gratitude for playing Cameron and suggested a potential option in another part. Ashby suggested that he could come back to play Cameron's sibling next. "And now I'll be, his brother," laughs. "We'll see," he teased. Now that the popular star has made his funny prediction, it's fun to speculate that it will surely be amazing to see him back in action as Cameron's bro. Viewers will surely enjoy watching Cameron's twin, and he could be a part of an intriguing storyline with Sharon Newman. Even though Sharon might struggle at the beginning, but if Cameron's twin is actually a good person, residents of GC will come around too. For more such The Young and the Restless updates, keep following Soap Opera Daily. The Young and the Restless just delivered one of its most jaw-dropping twists yet, and fans are reeling. In a revelation no one saw coming, the manipulative and dangerous Ian Ward has been exposed as Tessa Porter's biological father. What does this mean for Tessa, her wife Mariah, and their future together? Brace yourself, this changes everything. Tessa's search for truth leads to a nightmare. Tessa Porter has spent years trying to move on from her painful past, but deep down, she's always felt like something was missing. She never truly knew her father, and for the longest time, she assumed it was better that way. But when a mysterious clue led her to dig deeper into her family history, she never expected to uncover a truth this horrifying. Through a shocking DNA test, it has been confirmed. Ian Ward, the same cult leader who terrorized Nikki Newman and nearly destroyed Maria's life, is Tessa's real father. Maria's worst fear comes true. No one is more shaken by this revelation than Mariah Copeland. Years ago, Ian Ward manipulated her, used her for his twisted schemes, and made her question everything she thought she knew. Just when she thought she was free from his shadow, he's now directly tied to her life once again, through the woman she loves. Maria is horrified at the idea that Ian's blood runs through Tessa's veins. But even worse, she fears what this could mean for their future. Will Tessa be able to separate herself from Ian's dark legacy, or will this revelation push her down a dangerous path? Sharon and Nikki are in shock and ready for war. When Sharon Newman hears the news, she's instantly on high alert. She's been through enough pain thanks to Ian Ward, and the idea that he could now have a connection to her family through Mariah and Tessa is too much to bear. Meanwhile, Nikki Newman, one of Ian's most famous victims, knows better than anyone just how dangerous he is. With this revelation, Nikki is more determined than ever to make sure Ian never finds his way back into their lives. Could this discovery force Nikki to take drastic action to keep her family safe? Will Ian try to claim Tessa? The biggest question now is, does Ian know? And if he does, will he come back to claim Tessa as his daughter? Ian has a history of manipulating people into his web of lies, and if he sees an opportunity to control Tessa, there's no telling what he might do. Tessa has worked hard to build a new life for herself, with Mariah, with their daughter Aria, and with the music career she fought so hard for. But if Ian decides to reach out, will she be able to resist his influence, or could the darkness in her bloodline threaten everything she holds dear? What happens next? Brace for explosive drama. With this paternity bombshell shaking up Genoa City, the fallout is sure to be explosive. Will Mariah and Tessa's love survive this revelation? Can Sharon and Nikki stop Ian before he wreaks havoc again? And will Tessa choose to confront her past or run from it? Genoa City is saying goodbye to one of its most chilling villains. Colleen Zink has officially exited The Young and the Restless as Aunt Jordan, leaving behind a trail of chaos, destruction, and unanswered questions. But how does her story end? And is this really the last we've seen of her? Aunt Jordan, the villain we love to hate. From the moment Aunt Jordan stepped onto the scene, she made it clear that she wasn't here to play nice. Her vendetta against the Newmans, her manipulative mind games, and her ability to strike fear into anyone who dared cross her made her one of the most formidable villains I&R has seen in years. She schemed, she terrorized, and she made it her mission to bring down Victoria, Claire, and anyone in her path. But as all soap villains eventually learn, even the most ruthless masterminds can't run forever. How Aunt Jordan's story ends. Did she win or lose? Colleen Zink's exit means Aunt Jordan's reign of terror is officially over, but how does she go out? Does she finally get the justice she deserves, or does she make one last shocking move before disappearing into the night? Some sources hint at a dramatic arrest, with the Newman family delivering the final blow. Others suggest a mysterious vanishing act, leaving the door open for her inevitable return. Could Aunt Jordan fake her own death, only to resurface down the line. If there's one thing I and our fans know, it's that a good villain is never truly gone. Colleen Zink's impact. Will she return? Colleen Zink, a soap opera legend from Her As the World Turns days, made Aunt Jordan one of the most unforgettable Y and R villains in recent history. Her portrayal was chilling, captivating, and downright iconic. Could she make a comeback in the future? Soap fans know that no one stays gone forever, especially a villain with unfinished business. If Aunt Jordan escapes justice, there's always a chance she could return when Genoa City least expects it. What's next for Genoa City? With Aunt Jordan out of the picture, the Newman family can finally breathe, or can they? Even with her gone, the damage she caused will have lasting consequences. Claire's redemption arc is still unfolding, and Victoria and the rest of the Newmans will have to pick up the pieces. The Young and the Restless just delivered one of its most jaw-dropping twists yet, and fans are reeling. In a revelation no one saw coming, the manipulative and dangerous Ian Ward has been exposed as Tessa Porter's biological father. What does this mean for Tessa, her wife Mariah, and their future together? Brace yourself, this changes everything. Tessa's search for truth leads to a nightmare. Tessa Porter has spent years trying to move on from her painful past, but deep down, she's always felt like something was missing. She never truly knew her father, and for the longest time, she assumed it was better that way. But when a mysterious clue led her to dig deeper into her family history, she never expected to uncover a truth this horrifying. Through a shocking DNA test, it has been confirmed. Ian Ward, the same cult leader who terrorized Nikki Newman and nearly destroyed Maria's life, is Tessa's real father. Maria's worst fear comes true. No one is more shaken by this revelation than Mariah Copeland. Years ago, Ian Ward manipulated her, used her for his twisted schemes, and made her question everything she thought she knew. Just when she thought she was free from his shadow, he's now directly tied to her life once again, through the woman she loves. Maria is horrified at the idea that Ian's blood runs through Tessa's veins. But even worse, she fears what this could mean for their future. Will Tessa be able to separate herself from Ian's dark legacy, or will this revelation push her down a dangerous path? Sharon and Nikki are in shock and ready for war. When Sharon Newman hears the news, she's instantly on high alert. She's been through enough pain thanks to Ian Ward, and the idea that he could now have a connection to her family through Mariah and Tessa is too much to bear. Meanwhile, Nikki Newman, one of Ian's most famous victims, knows better than anyone just how dangerous he is. With this revelation, Nikki is more determined than ever to make sure Ian never finds his way back into their lives. Could this discovery force Nikki to take drastic action to keep her family safe? Will Ian try to claim Tessa? The biggest question now is, does Ian know? And if he does, will he come back to claim Tessa as his daughter? Ian has a history of manipulating people into his web of lies, and if he sees an opportunity to control Tessa, there's no telling what he might do. Tessa has worked hard to build a new life for herself, with Mariah, with their daughter Aria, and with the music career she fought so hard for. But if Ian decides to reach out, will she be able to resist his influence? Or could the darkness in her bloodline threaten everything she holds dear? What happens next? Brace for explosive drama. With this paternity bombshell shaking up Genoa City, the fallout is sure to be explosive. Will Mariah and Tessa's love survive this revelation? Can Sharon and Nikki stop Ian before he wreaks havoc again? And will Tessa choose to confront her past or run from it? The Young and the Restless spoilers document that Ian Ward was dead. Viewers knew that because the leading players he's been connected to had their spotlight send-off moment with his dead body. Retrospectives, which are introduced in a slick wipe screen switch from color to black and white vintage scenes, indicate that a storyline is ending. But flashbacks that included scenes with Nikki Newman and Mariah Copeland from Wise's first run on the show, circa the mid-2010s, apparently didn't signal a conclusive ending. Instead, a final scene with Ian's supposed corpse being transported in an ambulance from the New Ranch main house to the morgue ended with a mind-altering stunner. Ian breathed and opened his blue eyes. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Amazing coda as Ian Ward fools everyone. In a dramatic story, a coda is the concluding part of a dramatic work. So the distinctive cutaway to Ian's amazing awakening has to mean something. TTV are sending a message. Darkness will forever swirl above the Genoa City, Wisconsin landscape. Jordan Howard died, and there was no coda for her. Of course, Ian has been part of Y and R's world for more than a decade. His tentacles stretch back to the 1970s when Nikki was taken advantage of. However, that backstory was only in dialogue because Ian wasn't introduced until 2014. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Victor Newman saved his family. Michael Baldwin told Adam Newman the truth. It was no story. Victor Newman bravely took a bullet from Ian and then rushed him, taking the gun. Braden's character overpowered his literal mortal enemy and turned the soapy tables. A shot rang out, with viewers and the gathered crowd at the main house not knowing if Victor took another shot or if Ian got what he deserved. Thankfully, the latter option was the outcome. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Newman family will never be safe. A more dramatic climax couldn't happen, with Victor surviving Ian's attempted assassination. Yes, it would have been more than murder because Victor meets the famous criteria. However, since viewers know more than the Newmans, Ian didn't die. That means he will plot his next comeback at some point in the future. If that never happens, the audience will still know he's out there as an actual threat. Ian's continued presence on the Earth should soon be revealed. He'll likely escape from the ambulance because not doing so would mean he arrives at the hospital and is discovered alive on the way to or at the morgue. Alternatively, he could make a deal or orchestrate another break. Wise's time on the show feels done for now, or at least an indefinite cast absence is ahead. With that, one final extended standing ovation is due to one of the great actors in this show's enduring history. This site is a leading source for everything linked to the Young and the Restless. Check back regularly for Y and R spoilers and news. Billy Abbott and Sally Spectra's whirlwind romance takes a devastating turn as secrets and lies come to light. What started as a passionate connection quickly spirals into chaos when Sally drops a bombshell. She's pregnant, but the baby isn't Billy's. It's Adam Newman's. Billy, excited about becoming a father again, is blindsided when Sally confesses that the child she's carrying is actually Adam's. Torn between heartbreak and anger, Billy demands the truth, and Sally admits she lied to him out of fear and desperation. She wanted stability, something she felt she could find with Billy, not Adam. She never meant to hurt him, but the damage is done. As the weight of the betrayal settles in, Billy is forced to confront his painful past. This isn't the first time his heart has been broken, and he struggles to determine whether he can trust Sally or if their relationship is doomed. His mother, Jill Abbott, has always warned him to be smarter in love, and now, more than ever, Billy questions his judgment. For Sally, the stakes are just as high. She knows she's lost Billy's trust, but she's determined to prove her love for him. Will Billy be able to forgive her and rebuild what they once had? Or will this be the final straw that breaks their bond for good? As the emotional fallout unfolds, Billy and Sally must face tough decisions, one of which could change the course of their futures forever. Will their love survive the lies, or is this the end of their fast-paced journey together? Tune in to find out. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Claire Newman will remain by Victor Newman's side now that he has been shot. Ian Ward has made it so that Newman Enterprises is vulnerable while Victor is recovering from this gunshot wound, and Kyle Abbott could see this as an opportunity for revenge. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Claire Newman believes Kyle Abbott cares for her. The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that Kyle and Claire have gotten very close lately. However, Kyle has not forgotten how Victor betrayed him twice. Kyle is also aware that Victor attempted to give Diane Jenkins a shell company when he promised her Glissade. When Victor learned that Jack Abbott bought the division, he was furious. Victor even set Michael Baldwin on a mission to undermine Jack. Since Victor's revenge could affect Jabot, Kyle may decide it is time to strike back while Victor is out of commission. Let's be honest, it is like taking a page out of Victor's handbook, because he would do exactly the same. Y&R spoilers. Jack Abbott and Kyle Abbott's preemptive strike. Claire may become disgusted with her bed partner if he does something so underhanded, even though she knows what Victor has done to him. Claire could not be happy with Kyle going after Victor when he is down. This could certainly throw a wrench into Kyle and Claire's budding relationship and set off a new chapter of the Newman/Abbott feud. Jack could also protest this idea because he doesn't want to hurt Nikki Newman, which was his excuse for not joining forces with Billy Abbott to go after Victor as well. Could Kyle strike out on his own with this idea and make Victor pay for all the hurt he caused him and his parents? The Young and the Restless spoilers. Business issue will be an obstacle. No matter what Kyle decides, it seems that business drama will still be a problem for Kyle and Claire in the future. It seems that Kyle and Claire will get caught up in everything with Jabot and Newman, and their loyalty to each other will certainly be put to the test. Will Claire and Kyle come out stronger in the end, or will the business win? Victor has taught Kyle well while working with him. It appears that Kyle is ready to strike back while Victor is down, and it couldn't happen to a better fellow. Will Kyle finally get the chance to make Victor pay for his betrayals? Can Claire and Kyle survive a family war over all of this, or is this the end of their romance? Today, we've got some intriguing updates for all of you loyal fans, especially those who have been following the dramatic twists and turns of Genoa City for years. We're diving into the speculation surrounding Victor Newman's fate and whether Eric Braeden, the iconic actor behind the character, is leaving the show. On a recent episode of The Young and the Restless, Victoria Newman, played by the talented Amelia Heinel, expressed deep concerns about her father, Victor Newman, portrayed by the legendary Eric Braeden. During a dinner with her mother, Nikki, Victoria shared that Victor has been behaving rather erratically lately. Now, Nikki, ever the vigilant wife, questioned whether Victoria's worries were linked to her recent demotion by Victor. You see, Victoria's parents are now co-CEOs at Newman Enterprises, which has unfortunately pushed her out of her seat of power. So, is Victoria's concern about her father genuine, or is there more to this story? While Victoria did acknowledge her frustration about the demotion, her primary concern lies with Victor's well-being, particularly his health. In response, Nikki assured her daughter that she'd be keeping a close eye on her husband and ensuring that he takes care of his health now that he's back in the top position at the company. But the question remains, is Nikki's assurance enough for Victoria? Is there indeed a valid reason to be concerned about Victor's health? After all, Eric Braeden has been an integral part of The Young and the Restless for a whopping 40 years. The big question, is Eric Braeden leaving? Now, here's the big question on everyone's mind. Is Eric Braeden, the brilliant actor who brings Victor Newman to life, leaving The Young and the Restless? Well, the answer is a resounding no. There has been no official announcement of his departure from the beloved soap opera. In fact, Decider reports that Eric Braeden, who is a remarkable 82 years old, addressed the retirement rumors in a recent interview with Fox News Digital. When asked if he'd be retiring anytime soon, he emphatically stated, "No, hell no, no." He even threw in a humorous touch, mentioning that he's seen friends and colleagues retire and then wonder what to do next, suggesting activities like pickleball. Eric Braden's health and determination. It's essential to note that Eric Braden has faced health challenges, including a battle with bladder cancer. However, he's a man of great determination and a positive thinker. He mentioned that he is now cancer-free and is still in the process of recovering from his previous health battle. Being an athlete and accustomed to a certain amount of discomfort and pain due to his active lifestyle, Braden maintains his focus on staying fit and healthy. Why the concerns about Victor's fate? So, why the concerns about Victor's fate on the show? It seems to stem from Victoria's persistent belief that something must be wrong with her father, leading to his abrupt return to a stressful job instead of allowing his children to run the business. A similar storyline is unfolding on The Bold and the Beautiful with Eric Forrester. In the world of soap operas, dramatic twists and turns keep us on the edge of our seats, and it's not uncommon for characters to face challenging situations. But rest assured, Eric Braden isn't saying goodbye to the young and the restless anytime soon. Conclusion: Victor Newman's future in Genoa City. That's the latest update on Victor Newman and the talented actor behind the character Eric Braden. We can breathe a sigh of relief knowing that Victor's presence will continue to grace our screens in Genoa City. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications for our channel. That way, you'll never miss a new video and will be among the first to know when we post. We're always sharing fresh news, and we don't want you to miss out, so be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications now. The Young and the Restless spoilers for February 3 to 7 focus on life after Genoa City's supervillain era. Ian and Jordan are gone. Who knows when Ian will recover from his gunshot wound and cause mayhem for the Newmans again. Meanwhile, Jordan's dead, or so she's led us to believe. We'll see if that holds true. Next week on The Young and the Restless. Unfortunately for Jack, Victor's temper doesn't go away just because he's recovering from a gunshot wound. When Victor stands his ground with Jack, he undoubtedly attempts to keep his rival away from Nikki, as seen in the show's teaser for next week. On Monday, Victor doesn't really give Jack a chance to show concern for Nikki. Instead, he rather holds on to his grudge against Jack, which stemmed from the chaotic night Jack and Nikki spent in the hotel room. By Thursday, Jack is forced to defend his actions. Is this with Victor again? Or someone in his family? He has kind of upset a few people lately, and that's not all. When Diane makes a big decision, how will Jack respond? Half-brother drama. Damien finally makes his way to Genoa City next week. First, he keeps a secret from Nate. Is this a different secret than the fact that he may be a corporate player with his own empire? Does this secret reveal itself when Nate and Amy receive shocking news? Damien is a mystery to everyone, even his own mom. What could he be hiding? Finally, to end Nate's exhausting week, he receives a surprise visitor. Is this Damien, or did he already arrive in GC? If it isn't the half-brother, then we'll reach for the stars and wish for Nate's mom, Olivia or Alina. Just because. Odds and ends. The show continues to flesh out Audra's backstory. We're about to learn more about her when Audra opens up about her past. Meanwhile, is the Battle of the Redheads about to return? When Sally pushes Phyllis' buttons, which isn't difficult, will Phyllis take the mature route, or will she fight fire with fire? Billy needs to watch out should this rivalry get renewed. Finally, Daniel is suspicious of Phyllis' alliance with Billy. Billy will offer the world to Phyllis and Daniel, but he always has something up his sleeve. It's great that he's going out on his own and firming up the staff he actually wants to work with. But has he really given up his vendetta against Victor and Adam? We're continuing to take a wait-and-see approach. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates reveal there will be a final showdown between Ian Ward and Victor Newman. After the Newmans recover from their volatile situation, Mariah Copeland's world is rocked. Ian's dead, and Tessa Porter and Aria Porter Copeland are still missing. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Ian Ward shows up at the ranch house with a gun. According to the Y&R Weekly Preview, Ian unexpectedly shows up at the ranch house with a gun and shouts to Nikki Newman to appear. This is after Mariah finds Sharon Newman and brings her back home, but realizes Tessa and baby Aria are nowhere and panics to Nick Newman. The Newmans are barely just rid of Jordan Howard, and Victor's covering up that Claire Newman made her poisoned tea, which she drank. Jordan died, but not before throwing Ian under the bus for killing Heather Stevens, which in actuality, she did, although Ian drugged Sharon with PCP. And now Ian, after obviously kidnapping Tessa and Aria, is at the ranch house demanding Nikki come to him. She, too, was once in his cult. Y&R spoilers. Victor Newman vows to stop Ian Ward at all costs. Naturally, with the chaos Ian has caused, and especially now that it's out in the open that he and Jordan were working together, Victor vows to stop him at all costs. After putting Ian on the hot seat, it leads to a shocking turn of events, and now, with Victor, Nick, and Michael Baldwin together, he shows up at the ranch house. Ian is smug and thinks he holds all the cards because he's holding a gun in his hand, and Nick came to update Victor on the missing Tessa and Aria. Ian thinks he wants both Nikki and Mariah back where he thinks they belong, and the men are going to let him have them and take action. As they work to distract Ian and tackle him to get the gun away, the gun goes off Ian's shot in the stomach and bleeds out. The Young and the Restless spoilers. With Ian Ward dead, Mariah panics. How will they find Tessa Porter and Aria? As the Newmans recover from the volatile situation with Ian and Jordan, Maria's world is rocked, panicking because she fears the secret died with Ian. How will they find Tessa and Aria? She hasn't been able to contact her by phone, and now their kidnapper died with their location secret. Victor and Nick try to reassure the panicked Mariah that her wife and baby will be found. In the meantime, Mariah and Nikki both rack their brains as to where Ian could have hidden the two captives. Chance Chancellor soon joins the search, but at least Jordan and Ian's reign of terror is over.